What's going on, YouTube? This is Brian with Canvas the Town, coming at you with a new build for Monster Hunter Sunbreak Title Update 5, specifically for Dragon Element. Now, I'm talking about the hunting horn all the time on this channel, but this is good for any weapon. So if you're using Dragon Element, you can start using Dragonheart. So you're using Dragon Conversion along with Dragonheart, along with Furious, along with Strife, all at max level, thanks to the new talismans we can get, along with being able to use a couple level 4 slots to max out Dragonheart. And you get absolutely nuclear element damage. Right now I'm at 266 base, and then when we add our Ellie attack boost, let's see where we end. We end up. So we got our elemental attack boost, we're at 292, 298 with the burst. Let me get burst going, and we get over 300. Let's take a look. 309. Absolutely ludicrous damage. Absolutely ludicrous damage. So let's take a look and see how we make it all work, how we slot this in. Now, you actually don't need a talisman that's too crazy for this. I have one that's very good for my set, and obviously has those amazing slots. But if you have at least Dragonheart 2 on a talisman, you can make this work with a similar set and augments to what I have here. But, you know, if you don't care about dereliction, you're gonna roll Dragonheart a lot. Dragonheart's not that odd of a skill, and I believe you can even target it. I will check that and add it into the video. Me from the future will pop up and let you know. Okay, it's Brian from the future, and the future is bright. You can go ahead and you can target Dragonheart, and that is amazing. So if you're someone that doesn't care about dereliction, that doesn't care about the secondary skill, you do a couple of rolls of this, and you're going to have a very strong Dragonheart talisman, probably much better than the one that I'm running right now. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and roll some. Let's see what we get. And what did I get? Dragonheart level 3, Dragonheart level 3 with good slots. Dragonheart level 2 with a bunch of slots. Yeah, so it's very easy to get this skill. I'm not sure if you can get more than 3 levels. I wouldn't be surprised if you could, because rolling is really, really awesome now. And I just wanted to let everyone know real quick before we go on in the video. Do a like, do a subscribe. I'm putting out tons of Monster Hunter Title Update 5 build videos for not just hunting horn, but just general tips. So if you're someone that's playing a lot and looking for some ideas, be sure to follow along in the next couple of weeks. I got a lot of stuff for you. But yeah, so I have here to max out dereliction because I have the Archfiend armor. This talisman is perfect for me, and it's got 2 levels of Dragonheart. Now, the most important thing in this whole set is that you have this rampage decoration right here, the Valstrax Soul, because that's going to give you a 20% boost from having Dragon Element attack, while you have Dragon Blight, while you have Valstrax's stuff equipped, basically, while you have the old school skill. I don't know if anyone played Base Rise, but Dragonheart was like the best thing ever by the end of Base Rise. And it's cool that as we get to the end, it looks like it will make a return, because I don't think you can get higher element on any set like you can with the Dragon set right now. Over 300 is a first for me. I'm very happy to see that. A huge damage. But yeah, so we have the Crimson Clearwing. The Valstrax Hunting Horn has the highest element. You can get pretty close with the Chaotic one. But using Chaotic Gore's Hunting Horn requires you to also deal with running Bloodlust and making all sorts of stuff work. Whereas the Crimson Clearwing, you don't need to worry about your sharpness, and you can just deal with slotting all of this. So for all weapons, Valstrax is probably the best weapon to do this with. So I just have an attack jewel there, nothing crazy. I am running 1 Dragon Spirit here, 1 Dragonheart on my Valstrax piece, and I have Strife augmented. And here I have a Valstrax piece running another Dragon Spirit, some Thunder Resistance. Now, notice I'm still slotting for Dragon Conversion as if, Dragonheart wasn't there. Now, if you're like a speedrunner, then you don't care. You're not going to slot any elemental resistances. You're not going to slot Furious. But if you're playing, Afflicted Hunts, which is the end game, then you're not going to have Dragonheart 100% of your hunt. You know, you're going to get hit by Blood Blight, and then you're going to heal up too much that even with level 5, you're just not going to have it. And that's totally okay, because we have Dereliction here, because we'll get it back, especially when Blood Blight ends, even if they're on the floor. It's just a matter of time before you get your buff back. And then when you don't have your buff, you're not worthless, right? You're still at full power, and it's rather you just get buffed up by Valstrak's Soul, you know, maybe half the time or a little bit more during the hunt, which is awesome. But when you don't have Dragonheart active, you still have your Fire, your Thunder, your Dragon Resistance. So this piece is still really good. Even though you can augment Dragon Conversion, it's hard to get rid of this specific piece because you have the built-in Dragon Resistance is very nice, and the attack boost is good for most builds. You know, slap Furious on this, and this still seems to be one of the best pieces. Sans some better augments, and sans weapons that need skills like Handicraft and stuff like that. But for this specific set, for Dragon, I think it's still the Valstrax, the trio, and it's this Talisman that makes it work. Now, if you augmented Dragon Conversion onto some different pieces, like you don't really need the Archfiend art, like if you don't want to run Dereliction is what I'm trying to get at, then you can run stuff like what do I have here? Something with Strife. So if you have something that has Strife or something that has, you know, Furious, so that you can then augment Dragon Conversion into it, that'll do the same thing, and then you don't need to have the Archfiend armor right there. Like right here, I have the Holy Higher Akama, and that'll do it for Furious. And again, I'm just using this mostly for the Dragonheart and the slots, and the touch of Dereliction to finish it out. And other than that, it's your basic stuff. We have Burst maxed out. We have, let's go through all the skills and the importance of said skills. So Dragon Attack, you have to have maxed out. Dragonheart I highly recommend that you max it out, especially because in Afflicted Hunts, you're going to want to have the most uptime as possible with your crazy damage buff. And the best way to do that is for it to activate at 80% of your health with Dragonheart level 5. You know, again, if you're a speedrunner, if you're playing solo, if you're not playing an Afflicted Hunt, sure, you could run Dragonheart level 1, right? And you could, like, run Bloodlust or something, and then just knock your health all the way down until you have Dragonheart active. You know, it's not a huge deal. But for the end game, you probably want level 5 so that you have the most uptime possible. And now we have our attack boost is pretty optional. I have that there just because there's nothing else I want to slot right now. It could probably be like Divine Blessing instead of the attack jewels. Would probably be a mature choice. And I'm probably, by the time I hit level 300, I'll be doing that. Now we have, let's see, Furious, Burst. These are, Furious is you have to have non-negotiably, because like I said, when you don't have Dragonheart up, it's going to be, it's going to be not good damage if you're just relying on Dragonheart to max your elemental resistances. So other than that, we have a couple of skills that are just stuck with the set, and that's pretty much that. So the main idea, thanks to Title Update 5, there's a lot of different ways you can get these skills. So I highly recommend you just take a close look at these skills, specifically the maxed out skills, and go ahead and make that work with whatever pieces of gear you have, and you'll be looking at the best damage, I think, the best damage you can have for a Dragon Element build. Let me know if you guys agree in the comments, and let me know what kind of builds you're making out there, what kind of talismans you guys are rocking. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we're going to be making lots more build videos and the like. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.